Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
So off we go then.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Now it's Cruyff. He's cut it out. Cafu puts his foot on the gas. Messi, he's picked his way through. Played in. Point-blank header!
Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Dink through. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Zico. And this is Cruyff.
Now, can they get him away?
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much.
Rooney gets through on his own.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Clarence Seedorf, Jim, a player of immense intelligence and relentless brilliance.
Yeah, he is the total midfielder, Peter. He's essentially a 10, an 8 and a 6 all in one. His tactical intelligence, his athleticism, his reading of the game, ball-winning capabilities make him a one-man counter-attacking unit.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Cafu tries making a foray down the right. Hoisted in.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Seedorf
Conjures time and space where few can.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Baresi.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And he cuts out the supply. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. McAllister. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is that. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Rooney. Engages and forces him off the ball.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Rooney. Roberto Carlos.
Well timed, excellent interception. Looking for options for movement. And it's McAllister. Played out to the left flank. And he lines up a cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pull it. And this is Romario.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
Cafu. That has been cut short. Cruyff chasing after it. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Van Dijk. Nicely weighted ball. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's McAllister. That's a throw.
Cafu. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again.
Maldini is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Messi touches it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
McAllister. Oh, that's a key interception.
Vieira. Zico.
That is a brilliant interception.
And that'll be the last act of the first half.
So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
That was the first half. Let's hope the boys can turn it up for the second. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 21.
Here we go again then.
Coming on to replace him.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
And here's Vinicius Junior.
Cafu gets into a good position. Vinicius Junior!
Vinicius Junior made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
Manchester United with the corner, they're first.
They've played it short. Oh, nice touch.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He intercepts the throw, that's well read.
Threads one in. Might be danger here. And he shoots! Goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Manchester United are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Now it's Drogba. The ball has bounced loose now.
They get a throw in. Thuram.
Manchester United are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Drogba is onto this. Maldini. Drogba looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, can he get onto this? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Messi, and this is Cruyff. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And he's in on goal!
Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
He is through here! Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Nice sequence of passes, this. Drogba. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Drogba actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Zico. Seedorf. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Messi takes a shot! No mistake! Do not write them off! Back they come! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Messi demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 8.
So, time for changes
Romario.
on both sides, actually.
Number 25.
Manchester United grab the equaliser, and we're all
11.
square.
Well, needless to say, Peter,
Coming
they're
on the
eager to
field,
get going, but you have to wonder
22,
how much these boys have left in the tank.
Number 20, Pele. Number 24, Bellingham. Substitution in progress. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 10, Zico. Number 2, Baresi. Coming on the field, number 7, Del Piero. Number
Concentration
19,
levels are very good,
Van
and so is the
Dijk.
commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Shot a goal! And that's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
It's their second corner of the game. Vinicius Junior with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Pele.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Caught offside that time. Thuram wins the duel this time. Now it's Messi. Driving forward. Can he get it through? He's cut it out. Not the most convincing of passes. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Pele was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Pele.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pele proves just a little bit too strong. It's an inviting looking ball, that.
4 added minutes
They
has
want to
been
make the
indicated.
most of this turnover.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vinicius Junior is the team's great visionary. He has found the way through. Cleared away. Tries to play it through. He won't be happy with that one. And that will be the final act. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. And this is Romario.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Just eases him off the ball.
Well, Peter, when you've got a striker like Romario in your team, you're always going to be in with a chance.
Oh, there's no one quite like him.
Yeah, a bit of a revolutionary. He was one of the first strikers to venture outside the penalty area, dropping deep, linking up the play. They all do it now. I guess he was the trailblazer.
Thuram calmly anticipates. That has been cut short. Now it's Rooney. Roberto Carlos. McAllister. Van der Sar clears. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's Seedorf. Looking for options for movement. Vieira. Quarter of an hour played. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Pinches it off him. Messi has been caught there, it's a foul. Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper.
Carlos has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Cafu has it out wide and in space. Out for a throw. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Shifted it to the flank, and here's the chance to counter. Gives it back. And this is Romario. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Pull it. Roberto Carlos. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Roberto Carlos. McAllister is in a really good position out wide. No goals as yet. And the counter is on. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? There's no flag, and Romario! Oh, special! That is a special goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege.
Can he finish? It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt...
Shoots! Oh, what
What a save from Van der Sar!
Will simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here, because that was a magnificent save.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Pullet. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Van Dijk. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Plays a sharp little ball here, and up he goes! He will be livid with himself.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Now it's Messi. That looks shapes to shoot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? That's very neat, and that's a dangerous ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's a fine interception. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So your views on the first half?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 8, Romario. Coming on to replace him is number 22, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Substitution.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been cleared.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, Red, nice interception. Aimed beyond the defence. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Walker. Knocks it into space. Kyle Walker is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Substitution in progress.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
That's good running with the ball. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And he's managed to get rid. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And this is Hullet. Messi looking to penetrate opposition lines. Zico.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Well, that pass isn't the best. Seedorf. Manchester United still have the cards to affect this game. Well, that looks a good ball through. Great ball, and he's in here. Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 25.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 21.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Pele. Number 13.
Now it's Pele.
Messi. Number
Owen
18.
will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Substitutions taking place.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Pele can see things others simply cannot. Mateus. Cafu. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Pele. Oh, nice touch. And he's Pele! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Pele is offering a wry smile there.
They've played it short. Oh, that's nice. And it's Neymar. Lovely bit of skill. Vinicius Junior receives it in a good position here. Is there any support? He might not need it. Oh, such a clever touch. Mateus. And here's Vinicius Junior. And this is Owen. Good read, needed to be.
Manchester United really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Foul right on the edge of the box. It could go either way here. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Neymar with a real chance here.
The keeper is ultra busy in trying to just get everything in order.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Baresi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that pass just didn't quite work. It's a pretty loose pass. Neymar. Now this could be a chance. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. To square things up. And that could have brought them level.
He really didn't cover himself in any glory. His finishing let him down when he needed it most.
Just 5 minutes left. Oh, good take in a good area. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now it's Pele. That's good play. Thuram gets rid without sophistication. And here's Vinicius Junior, and this is Pele, and there's the shot! Sticks it away! We thought it was over, it's all square once more! No space, no problem, you just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Now it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, sweet feet. And time is up. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Manchester United certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.